Hello everyone, welcome back to the Crypto Weekly Analysis Volume 7. Again, we're going to give you a look into our week ahead and pretty much compare our analysis from last week. So, I actually believe that there wasn't actually too much things happening with the crypto world in terms of what we're looking out for. So that basically means that we're just essentially looking at all the lows that have currently been in the market, and essentially we're waiting for price to take those lows, and then we can start to get a bit more serious to looking and considering taking our next buying opportunity. So again, for this week, we've pretty much seen sideways moving market in Bitcoin, so I do think that that's been reflected in majority of the other pairs. They've all been quite slowly moving, and they've all been in a range bound moving market. So with that being said, we can see that price has clearly just been moving sideways in Bitcoin, and that's reflected on with the other pairs. So I actually do think that this isn't going to be a lot, it's not going to be exactly a long video. It's just going to be pretty much a recap of what we're essentially expecting over the next few days or so. So with Bitcoin, so starting off with Bitcoin again, what we're looking out for is basically for price to head into this low, and we've got this area in mind here, and we're essentially waiting for, if price does want to get into this range, it can. So essentially this is what the red box means, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this is now going to spark the bull run that everyone's expecting. Okay, so with this what we essentially expect is for price to really get down and break this low. So if we don't get price into this red box, it's not the end of the world. It's not essentially a bad thing. What we really want to see happen is price to break this low and push lower. So whether the price goes up or whether it goes low, or whether it starts to break low, it doesn't really matter as long as we break this initial 28k barrier. So that's pretty much really it, and then we can start to discuss once we get here. That's when our next crypto analysis weekly analysis videos will be actually more engaging and much more getting ready for our next move in terms of the buying opportunities. So we'll move on to now give you a quick recap of everything else, and yeah, we shouldn't really be too much of a long video. So Ripple, again, what we're seeing here, sideways moving market. I think that this is starting to collapse now, so potentially we could see price start to drop off right now. So yes, it's a good thing that we're seeing right now. So yeah, again, essentially we're just waiting for the 50 cents range to break, and we'll see what happens with this. Moving on. So yeah, might as well actually explain it. So once we start to see price break lower, the next move is essentially we should be capable of expecting the bull run up. So that's what I wanted to mention before, just in case that this week is the week that we get that low, but it may mean that I might not be able to give the analysis for the next buy move. So again, essentially what we're waiting for is for price to make this low, and then for price to really rally towards the upside. So that's where this long-term thinking is going. So we'll see what what happens, but again, this is the long run. We should expect the rally to break all the way up towards the new to the current high. So I think that's like 1 point, so it's all the way up here. So this high should break this, and we should be able to go as high as the high all-time high, which is at 3.3 or $3.30. So yeah, so that's pretty much where we're going with this. And yeah, I'm going to actually apply this to all of the other pairs actually as well. So yeah, so Cardano, similar thing. We are expecting price to break low, and then we're expecting price to then again eventually break and take out this high. So at $2.50 we should be able to do this, but yeah, we're coming very close into this $1 range. So yeah, just pretty much waiting for price to fail and push lower, to break lower, and yeah, we'll start to look into those moves towards the upside. Litecoin, again, a similar situation here. Again, what we spoke about in the last video is this potential idea that if we break above 650, 6,500, we should be able to see a continuation and a bullish momentum play. So we'll see what happens in this one. But yeah, ideally, based on the logic on the Bitcoin dominance theory, we should be able to see price break this low, and then we could be looking out for those buying opportunities. And similar with Ethereum, yeah, so we can see that price is starting to push lower, so that's a good sign. Again, possibly, I'm not saying it will, but we could be looking at price getting into the 1,400, but that's not the main thing. We just want to see price break this low, and then we can look for those buying opportunities again. The other thing that I want to clarify is that if we could get price to break above 20 or the 3K mark, just in general, we could be able to see that continuation play up. So again, a potential entry point there, something to look out for. And then finally, Dogecoin, you know, pretty much had a big spike up there, but you know, not to worry, we're still seeing this downplay, so that's fine. Essentially, we're just waiting for price to go lower and lower, or get lower and lower. So yeah, again, waiting for price to break the 15-cent mark, and then again, we're just waiting for price to potentially, and then we will be looking for price to, you know, push up higher. I'm not saying that price will go into this box area, so that I'm not saying price will go to 10 cents range and then rally up. We just have to wait for price action to do its thing. So yeah, so again, going back to so that'll be all really, but going back to Bitcoin, you know, you can really see why I'm thinking price is going to drop lower, because of how price in Bitcoin is just not really bullish enough to even consider a bull run. So that's why, you know, it has the potential to drop lower. If we do get that spike up, and then if we do get that, you know, sharp spike up, that could be, you know, in my opinion, a fake out, because remember that we are in two intermediate downtrends. So we have this one here where, you know, retail logic, well, most people are thinking that this could be, you know, now the time to buy because it's broken this trend line. And then we also have this outside trend line as well. So we're playing within this area. We could even get a break of this and then drop lower. You know, that is a possibility, but, you know, we'll just keep focusing on the price action market for now and see what happens and just go with the flow with it. But ideally, we want to see price break this low, and then we could be looking into that sharp rally towards the upside. But yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that, because then we should be able to see that reflected in the other altcoins too. So yeah, that's all that I wanted to talk about for this week's analysis video. Pretty much nothing exciting, but again, just as a quick recap, we're just waiting for price to break all of the lows, and then we can start to get a bit interesting. Cryptos will start to get a bit more interesting after we do that, because we could be looking at for some good buying opportunities after that. So I hope so. Maybe in the next few weeks or months that we can get that drop and that break of structure, and then we can discuss further on from then. So again, guys, I do appreciate your time for watching. If you do have any other questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And we do also have a trading group. That link is in the description. If you want to check that out, feel free to do so. And yeah, guys, so thank you very much for listening, guys. We'll see you all in our next video.